Story time with Aunt Sunny. I have a final story from Solomon and the Ant, and I just wanted to read the epilogue and then I'll read the final story. This is talking about folk tales, and folk tales, like music, were created by people and passed on from generation to generation, especially in families and communities. And that has begun to change in really just the last couple of 100 years as books became more easily available. With the increased technology, people began to switch from sharing their traditional tales to reading literary stories created by authors. And now we have movies and television, which provide more and more stories. Books, movies, television, and computers can still produce an impressive story for millions of people at a time. But there is still something special and irreplaceable about a traditional tale told in a traditional way. Folk tales are being kept alive in storytelling societies, in some families, schools, and summer camps, and these stories contain truths and wisdom for all time. Try telling some of these tales yourself. You can bring an ancient story to life by telling it the way your ancestors did for thousands of years, from one person to another, face to face and heart to heart. So the story I'm going to read now is called Changing a Mind. Now, throughout the centuries, governments did not take care of the poor or the sick. Instead, families and communities had to take care of their own, and that was especially difficult for people in Eastern Europe. There were many poor and few were rich, and there were rabbis for the Jewish people, and they were always encouraging people to be charitable. They felt that charity improved the life of whoever received it, and it also improved the spirit of whoever gave it. Here is a tale of a rabbi who found a different way of changing a mind and softening a heart. Do you know what a miser is? It's someone who has a lot and doesn't want to share it. And we can always kind of have maybe a season in our life where we feel like a miser. So this story has a wealthy miser, and he refused to help anyone in the village. The rabbi came to visit and told the miser, "Look out your window." The man saw a street full of people, and the rabbi then said, "Look in your mirror." And the miser saw only himself. And the rabbi asked, "Your window and your mirror, they're both made of glass. What makes them different?" The miser said, "Well, the window glass is clear. I can see outside. The mirror glass has a silver coating behind it. The silver stops me from seeing through. It reflects back, so I just see myself." And the rabbi said, "Your love for silver has changed your soul. Once your soul was as clear as the glass of a window. You could look out at the world and see everyone. But you have coated your soul with silver, and you no longer see anyone but yourself." And the miser understood, and he was overcome with shame and changed his ways. Now, shame is something that people have used throughout time to get somebody to change. There are other stories in this book that I have not read that talk about how actually encouraging good behavior and not using shame is another way to get people to change. That's something that I have learned later in my life, that shame is not a good package, and it doesn't always bring a great change. But encouraging and being grateful when you do see good behavior, that can actually do a lot more. So here is to living a life well lived, encouraging what you want to see in other people, and being grateful. All right? Take care.